Hi everybody. I will give everyone a few minutes to find me as I kind of readjust. There we go. Hope everyone's doing well. I am Brenda Sellers, a Stampin' Up! Independent Demonstrator here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Hope you're doing well tonight. And while I'm waiting for people to join, I'm going to turn around and grab a few things as per normal. I don't have it ready on my desk. Had a busy weekend with the craft fair and then a little bit of just being tired yesterday. So I didn't get in here and do much of anything. But let me grab the things that we're going to play with tonight. So you can still see me a little bit right here. Not that one. Marvelous. It's this one. It is New Horizons. Let me see which. I've got my, haven't unpacked anything from the craft fair because I was just tired and it was cold all day Saturday. I got moved out to the tent, which was okay with me because it was just crowded in that other space. So, totally fine. I'm happy with that. There was some great crafters out there with me, so we had a good time sitting and talking, well, standing and talking. And then towards the end of the day, we were kind of huddled around the heater that she had provided for us. So we had a good time. Had quite a few people come in and shop, and so it was all good. So let me find out where this New Horizons Designer Series paper, which catalog it is in. I believe it is in the mini, but I want to make sure. I don't want to tell fibs. I've got so many ideas going through my head as to what I want to do. It's hard to pick just one thing to show you tonight. And I promise to be more organized on our night for Thursday night, because Thursday night on February the 10th is I'm going to show you how to do a couple of techniques. So that will be fun. New Horizons is, I'm sorry about that. Well, guess I'm just going to have to start at the beginning of the catalog. Sweet Talk is our Valentine's Hearts, which could make one of those, but we should already have our Valentine's cards made. Little secret, I don't. No surprise there. I will make one for my honey. He doesn't watch my Facebook Lives, so I could make it and show you, but I want to do something different tonight. I saw two other demonstrators demonstrate what I'm going to show you tonight, so it'll just be kind of a repeat if you've already seen this. All right, so I know which stamp set I'm going to use with this. New Horizons. It is in the mini catalog. Found it. All right. In the mini catalog on page 42 and 43 is the whole suite of products. So I am going to just lay that to the side and turn around here and grab a couple of pieces of thick basic white and some black and my paper trimmer and my Simply scoreboard. And what else do we need? While I'm doing that, I'm going to turn the camera down so you can look at the paper. I'll fan it out and we'll go from there. But this paper is absolutely gorgeous and it really doesn't need any help. And then we'll pick a couple of sheets and we will make some beautiful cards. Super simple, super easy. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And I've got my head right in that camera. But it's just absolutely gorgeous scenery pictures. All right, I'm kind of laying it out here. All right, now let me rotate the camera. If you get dizzy, look away for a second. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Flip. Up. You don't need to see me. Okay, come on, holder. All right. So there's the designer series paper. Let me grab some basic white and basic black. And I'm going to use a sentiment out of this, sending a card instead of a text. And let's see. If there's another one I like. That's kind of long. I cannot believe I haven't used that one yet. I need to get on that. Celebration's going to be over at the end of February and I haven't used it. We'll just stick with this. And happy birthday and just a note. All right. So let's pick a couple of pieces of this designer series paper. There's the back of that one. Here's these two. I really like that. So let's use one piece of that. Lay that up there. that's pretty. Those two are really pretty. That's front and back here. Those purple colors. I'll leave that one kind of sticking out. I may come back to that one. I really like this one, so we'll use it. There's its front and back. So we'll make those. Here's its front and back. Sorry, I flipped that one really quick. This one's just gorgeous. Softer. This one's more watercolory looking to me. That's really pretty. This one, okay, found a different one. There we go. Front and back. Looks like it's way in the horizon there. That's so pretty. Can do so much with these colors. And I'm going to show you a simple way to use the designer series paper. And then, of course, always the back of your, like the information sheet, tells you what colors would coordinate with this pack. So this one is Blackberry Bliss, Bumblebee, Calypso Coral, Evening Evergreen, Fresh Freesia, Garden Green, Misty Moonlight, Old Olive, Pale Papaya, Polished Pink, and Soft Succulents. So tonight we are going to quickly, I'll show you how fast or slow we can take these two pieces of designer series paper and make 8 cards. So we're going to cut these 3 by 3 squares. We are going to frame it with a piece of basic black, and we are simply going to put it on a white card base. So to start with, let's cut these into 3 by 3. Let me grab my paper trimmer. Hi, thank you for dropping by and watching. I appreciate that. So simply put this in at 3. I can't see, my phone's not telling me who's watching, but I appreciate you stopping by and watching. So there's 3 by 3, and I always start it or butt it up against that so it keeps it good and straight. And pull that back down. So there are those 4 pieces. And then we'll take this other one. See, it still makes very pretty pieces. And one more time. Try not to let it clap too long. And see, that still gives you your green mountain or meadow. And you've got some sky. Such can be a sky in the evening or in the morning. However you want to frame it. All right, and then for our back layer, let's go 3 1/8. So I'm going to cut it across the short side. And I'm going to do it one more time, 3 1/8. can go over there. There's one. Two. Three. Four. Five. You can get 6 pieces from one 8.5 by 11, and then you've got these pieces you could use as on another project to frame sentiments. So I need to get another piece of basic black. And I have scrap so that I don't cut a whole sheet. So 3 1/8, because I only need 2 more pieces, right? There we go. And then on our white, I'm going to cut it, be ready for this, I'm going to cut it different than what I normally do. I usually cut my cardstock this way and have my card fold this direction. So today I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4. Yes, 4 1/4, not half. Come over here at 4 1/4. And we need 8. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Making all of our card bases, and this will give you a good idea of how to make multiples. And I'm sorry, I like to always start and push up against that so that my paper stays straight. That's why I just pull it down there again. And there's that. So now I want to score this at 5 1/2. So that little guy can stay up there. We don't want to cut it. We just want to score it. Well, it helps if the score blade is in there. There we go. Score at 5 1/2. Stay up there, little guy. No more cutting. And for card bases, you want to make sure that you use thick basic white. It's that way your card will hold up a little better. And while I'm scoring, I know that I'm scoring at 5 1/2. I can tell you again on Thursday of this week, I will have at least 2, possibly 3 techniques I'll be demonstrating. I'm going to do those on my YouTube channel, and then I'll share them here on my Facebook channel. So if you subscribe over there, you'll get to see them. And then also Saturday coming up is our Kits and Sips at Panera Bread at 11 a.m. And that is at North Shore. I'm sorry, not North Shore, North Peters. So come hang out. You don't have to, I mean, everybody buys something on their own if you're hungry or need something to sip on while you're there. That would again be on your own. Hi, Sharon. Yes, better late than never, always. All right, we are using some 6x6 designers paper, the New Horizons, out of the mini catalog. And we are making some quick little cards. So I'm going to fold my card bases. And I've got this kind of squishy because I've got quite a few pieces of grid paper. Let me tear this off. You just missed me cutting paper, and you know how to cut paper, so you didn't miss much. There, that's much crisper fold. And see where I scored that, it makes an indent. So the bump is on the inside. I just pick it up and fold it in like that. And it gives me, and then I use my bone folder, and that helps me give it a good crisp fold. And it lays down pretty flat. And these will still fit in the same regular envelope, just like our other cards do. So I took 2 pieces of that Designer Series paper, the 6x6, and I cut it into quarters. So I have 4 3x3 pieces. And then I used a piece of basic black, and I cut that into 3 1/8 by 3 1/8 little black squares. So let's lay those out. This is fast and simple card making. If you want to stock up on birthday cards or thank you cards or whatever kind of card, and actually you don't even have to put the sentiment on them right now. So I'm going to use some of this liquid glue and go ahead and put some on these and get them on our squares. And there's not much when you cut it at 3 1/8 to show around the edges. Okay, yep, you can still see I'm still in view. See, not a whole lot. So use whatever your favorite adhesive is and go ahead and just put your Designer Series paper on your layer. My fingers don't want to pick it up. There we go. And you don't want to get a whole bunch of this liquid glue iron and make it gush out the sides. That would be messy. But the liquid glue also gives it a little bit of time that you can move it around if you need to a little bit. It allows you to adjust. It's a little more forgiving than the snail or seal. Making sure I'm still in the frame. There we go. If you like these Designer Series paper, you can give me a thumbs up or a heart or whatever, and that helps me show up in your news feeds the next time I go live. It kind of keeps me at the top of the list a little bit. Something to do with Facebook's algorithms. I do not understand all of that, but anyway, that's what they tell me. See, this has some of that little fresh freesia in there. You could add little bows or something on that if you wanted to. All right, we got down to our last two. Almost ready to start putting them on our cards. Add a little more there around my thumb. There we go. I saw Brandy do this last week and another demonstrator. I saw her do it. And then I saw the coolest design last week from another demonstrator. And I had to figure out how to do it, but I have not had time to practice or play with it. But I will, and it is going to be so fun, and I think that you guys will really enjoy it. I can't wait to play with it, and hopefully I will have time Wednesday to do it. All right, so there's our 8 Designer Series paper mounted on basic black. So now pull in our card bases and just start putting those right on the top, leaving a space for our sentiment to go on. And this makes such a pretty card. All right. Oh, my paper trimmer left a little bit of fuzz on that one. We'll pretend it's supposed to be there. So you could leave your cards just like that, and when you get ready and you need one to stamp a birthday or a thank you or I'm thinking of you or sympathy or whatever, you would have the main part of the card ready, and then you would grab your memento ink out and your sentiment and just pop it right on there and write on the inside and put it with whatever you're giving or drop it in the mail. You're all ready to go. And I'm just basically leaving about the same amount of space on the sides and the top here. And then I put my sentiment down here. We'll stamp that in just a few minutes. All right, there's 3 of them done. These 2 just look like sky to me. And see, nobody else really knows what the rest of the Designer Series paper look like, unless they're another demonstrator or Stampin' Up hobby person and they bought the paper themselves. I like this paper too. And you could do this with any of the papers. And like another demonstrator friend, she doesn't know she's my friend, but she's my friend. She's on my YouTube channel all the time, Miss Kylie Bertucci. She's an Australian demonstrator, and she says, love it, chop it. Don't save that Designer Series paper. Love it, chop it, use that paper. You have permission to buy more. Like, yeah, but Kylie, I have so much. Well, that's because you're not using it, Brenda. So that's what I have to remind myself. So this is a great way to use the paper. And you, like tonight, we're going to get 8 cards out of 2 pieces of 6x6 paper. And there's no waste on the 6x6 paper. No waste. And I used 4 pieces of the basic white thick cardstock for the card bases. And I used 1.5 of, not even a half, of the basic black to make our layer. All right, and there's that one. And there's 8 cards ready for sentiments. All right. So, I want it to be kind of long, so I'm going to use the happy birthday out of this. It just came in the mail last week. I haven't had time to play with it. I'm going to slide that over there in the case because I haven't been mounting the those on there. So I want to say happy birthday on a couple of these. So I have 8 cards. Let's say happy birthday on, I don't know, sending a card instead of a text. And just a note. So that's 3. All right, let's do 4 happy birthdays. And we'll mix them up. Where's my blocks? There they are. And when I put them on my block, I tend to always do it at a diagonal so that when I get ready to stamp, I am looking at the block or at the sentiment, at the words, instead of at the top of the block, so that I make sure I get it a little more straight. So let me pick which ones I want to say happy birthday on. Let's do 1, 2, 3. We'll do those 4 that say happy birthday on those 4. And I re-inked my black memento. And I'm going to stamp on the paper just so that I can see what it looks like. Perfect. All right. Stamp it kind of to the side, right there. Ah! I rocked it. Where's my cleaner? That one may get an opportunity for embellishment. Okay, don't rock it. Let's try this again. No rocking. Much better. There we go. And one more. Yes. And clean it again. I'm going to have to clean my Stampin' chamois. It's a little dried out. All right, take that off. And now this one needs to say just a note. And then these 2 will say whatever that one says. And again, I'm going to put it on the block at a diagonal so that I'm focusing on the stamp itself and not on the block. All right. And I'm going to put it over towards the side. There we go. Don't rock, don't rock. Perfect. Looks like I got a little on the, there we go. Okay. And clean it one more time so it can be put away. All right, that's the top. Get a little darker. Sending a card instead of a text. Don't push down so hard. There we go. Put the lid on the ink. And there's our cards. They all won't fit on the screen, so. There we go. There they are. And that didn't take very long. It, less than 45 minutes. So there's 8 cards. Happy birthday, whatever sentiment you want to stamp on them. And this one is going to get a little opportunity for embellishment. I will probably put a piece of white over top of that and restamp. But there we have it. And I love that paper. And you can do that with any designer series paper in your packs. And just simple white card bases. And have fun. If you need help placing an order to get that, I would be happy to help you do that. To get that designer series paper. Remember, our Kits and Sips is on Saturday at Panera Bread at North Peters at 11. And this Thursday, February the 10th at 8 o'clock, I will be doing some techniques. And they will be on my YouTube channel. Yes, very simple. Yes, Brandy, thank you. I got the idea off of you and another demonstrator I saw demonstrating it last week. So, and I'm not even sure I used the same paper that you used out of the pack. Maybe one of them I did, but I just love that paper. And I saw, I think Shelly used it to do something very similar, but it's such pretty paper. And somebody did a little, like a shadow box frame out of this one. It's so pretty. And this one they stamped directly on the paper. These I didn't stamp on, but you could stamp on some of these and get like with butterflies like Brandy did last week. But I just used the paper and let it all speak for itself. So there we have it. But again, Thursday night at 8 o'clock, I'm going to do at least 2 techniques. I could do maybe one more. I might throw another third one in. Saturday the 12th at 11, Kits and Sips or Brunch and Sips at Panera Bread, North Peters at 11 a.m. I hope to see some of you there. If you've got bring your own card kits and your own adhesive, or if you don't have one and you just want to come and hang out with us and chat, we do a lot of talking too. So it's not just all one-sided. It's not all just crafting. I'll just be honest with you. We like to talk just as much as we like to make cards. So hope to see you soon. And I hope you have a great week and stay warm, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.